And then there's Jay. Though his friends say he's too cool for a costume, Jay looks to be dressed like a Ken doll, except less lifelike and talented. Then there's Judy, the heroine with a heart of gold, and a chastity belt to match. About 60% of this movie is actually just Jay trying to coax Judy into sexing him. Judy's dressed as Alice in Wonderland, but not even sexy Alice in Wonderland. Even Lewis Carroll wouldn't rub one out to that prude. Then there's the Phasian. You know, I don't really remember her name, but she's dressed as some weird Asian Peter Pan type chick. I don't know. Then we have the Phasian's boyfriend. Thanks to this dude, we actually have some attempts at plot development. If this guy wasn't in the movie, we'd probably just have a cameo from the old dude from Pet Sematary.
They stopped using that burial ground when the ground went sour. Sometimes dead is better.
The Phasian's boyfriend is dressed like a doctor, which is probably the worst costume of the group. You know, unless you count the special effects as costumes. Haha, zing. Stooge, clearly the best character of the movie. He's fat, gross, and drinks beer while degrading women.
Sit there, bitch! Get off that!
It's like someone gave my dad his own reality show.
What will judge up, especially in this?
And we have Helen. Moving right along. And of course, no 80s horror flick would be complete without at least one token black dude.
I don't care what you all think. My daddy was a preacher. And I know better than to be in here fooling with this stuff.
Roger, I believe, is dressed as some sort of slave, perhaps from the 19th century slave ship, the Amistad.
He's a pirate.
A Phasian, a token black guy, a fat slob, and a goth chick. What better to complete the minority than a party-crashing Guido? Sal's dressed as Joey, you know, from Blossom. Whoa! Anyway, together this motley crew meets up at Hull House, which looks to be about 6 inches tall from the model we see here. It's dilapidated, dusty, and full of asbestos, which can only mean one thing: prime party location. But unfortunately, this locale comes with more baggage than your ex.
This place was once a funeral parlor, wasn't it?
Yeah, biggest one in 4 counties.
A funeral parlor? Way out here?
Well, sure, it's nice and cozy, right next to the old cemetery. And rumor has it old man Hull really loved his clientele. I mean in the carnal sense.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I once saw a portrait of Mrs. Hull.
I've heard stories about this place ever since I was a kid. The Hall family met a pretty gruesome end, didn't they?
They sure did. As a matter of fact, it was on Halloween night. One of them went crazy and slaughtered the entire family, then committed suicide. They could never figure out who did it. Too much blood and guts.
I can't believe we're gonna party here. Neither can I.
We here at Cryptique believe that this scene could be made even cheesier. We present to you Hull House Redux.
I heard this place used to be a 1/1000th scale model. I mean a funeral parlor.
A funeral parlor? All the way out here?
Why not? It's nice and cozy, and right next to the old cemetery. Plus I hear old man Hull really loved his clientele. You know, in the carnal sense. You know, like he had sex with the bodies of the recently deceased. You know, making a little two-back beast. You know, adding and eating it. You know, playing a game of Vatican roulette. You know, 1 in the pink, 2 in the stink.
Okay, we get it. He fucked him in every orifice even after they were dead. Move the fuck on.
It doesn't surprise me. I once saw a portrait of Mrs. Hall. It took me forever to rub one out to her.
I've heard stories about this place since I was a little kid. The whole family met a really gruesome end, didn't they?
They sure did, Jonathan. One night, one of them went crazy and slaughtered the entire family. Then, the corpses were buried in the pet cemetery that was built on top of the ancient Apache Indian burial ground. You know, the one next to the lake where 12 campers mysteriously drowned. You know, the one next to the woods where a strange meteorite was reported to have been seen passing over the woodlands, dousing the area with a strange radiation that brought the bodies of the recently deceased back to life. You know, the same woodlands where Snape killed Dumbledore.
We get it. It's fucking haunted, okay? Move on.
Are you for serious?
Sure as shit, doll.
Jay!
I can't believe we're gonna party here.
Neither can I. Glances nervously at the camera.
Once the teens arrive, they set up for the party in approximately 7 seconds. Anyway, after some terrible dancing to some terrible music, the show gets rolling when the group decides some party games are in order.
Hey, you guys, how about a past life seance?
A what?
A past life seance. You know, we all sit around, look in a mirror, and see our past lives.
The group of teens perform a past life seance where they look into the reflections in the mirror that was conveniently in storage. The game goes awry when Helen sees her own dead body and some sort of demon face in the mirror, which looks a lot like a Chinese myth dragon.
Oh, shit! Get away!
The paranormal activity caused by the bumbling group of teens awakens an ancient evil, or asthmatic midget, which apparently resides in the crematorium of the funeral home.
God, it's freezing.
Never mind the draft, man. Jeez.
You, that is great.
Stooge must be wearing his mom's dirty panties.
Hey man, this small lady wears panties. She just wears a coin changer. Sailor.
Your mom couldn't give it away.
The evil entity takes refuge in Suzanne, who, of course, has her mouth open. After a weird smell and some knocking noise, Angela tries to convince the group that they're experiencing the signs of demonic possession.
Those noises that we heard, there were 3 of them. And that awful stink. And then the chill.
It's not cold now. It must have been a drum.
Well, maybe somebody did come in.
The odor's gone too. But we all experienced them. The noise, the stink, and the chill. They're all signs of demonic infestation.
Demonic what?
However, only Roger and Helen are spooked enough to leave, and the rest of the group stays to finish their party and satiate their raging teenage hormones.
This is a house of the dead. And I'm getting out now before it's too late.
I want to go too.
Maybe Roger's right. Maybe we should leave.
Oh, come on, let's hang out.
Yeah, eat a bowl of fuck. I am here to party.
Meanwhile, Roger and Helen moronically pound at a brick wall when they can't seem to find the gate.
The goddamn gate! We came in through a gate, didn't we? This just doesn't make sense.
Give up already.
Give up? Now what kind of talk is that? There was a gate here. And if we just keep following this damn wall, we're bound to find it.
Where the fuck is the goddamn gate?
Stargate? There's one there.
No, just the regular gate.
Oh.
Pretty soon, things start going completely awry. Helen disappears, Suzanne is now completely demonized, and the now possessed Angela gives a 4-minute dance performance to Baja's Stigmata Martyr. You know, that reminds me of the time I got possessed here during a filming of Cryptique.
Look to your crimson orifice in holy remembrance in scarlet bliss.
Boy, that was one hell of a night. Anyway, during the second half of the film, blood really starts flowing, both all over the floor and down to genitals.